It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Dallas Cowboys. Coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, happy to be with you. And CD, as we get this thing going, give the folks at home something to keep their eye on.
The running game for both teams, because I think this is going to be an old-fashioned, old-school type of a game. Physical, who wins up front, who runs the ball the best and controls the clock, they will come out the victor.
Now the kicker, Brandon McManus, about ready to get us started. And we are underway from AT&T Stadium. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43. Time for Dak Prescott and the Dallas offense to go to work. Prescott, of course, the former fourth-round pick in 2016 out of Mississippi State.
It's been a lot of fun watching him advance in his career. Many people question his ability to throw the football coming out of Mississippi State. He's conclusively answered that question. In addition, a very strong runner and an even better leader.
Yeah! They run here with Rico Dowdle. They find some open field here. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run again with Dowdle. Flashed the stick skills, but didn't get a ton from it. Stopped short of the 35. Lucas Van Ness in there on the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 9. Prescott. Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers 16. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle, complete. It's Ferguson. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Throwing, Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Quay Walker buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. They run here with Dowdle. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, they had the great field position to start that opening drive. They only get 3 out of it, but still they get 3. So maybe kind of a win for the offense, Charles, and kind of a win for the defense as well.
Yeah, I would say win-win seems to sum the whole thing up, because where that ball was placed to start, that's tough on the defense, and they held them to 3. Now, if you're the offense, you're thinking to yourselves, how do we open up the playbook later on in this game and turn this 3 into 6s down the stretch?
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. A 6'4" Jordan Love taking the field for the first time. The 2020 first-round pick from Utah State set to lead Green Bay.
And at the start of Jordan Love's NFL career, he had one of the best seats in the stadium watching Aaron Rodgers work. But now he's looking for more than that. Rocket arm, big play potential. And he wants to show this organization that he's capable of being a dependable starter for the foreseeable future.
Love and the Packers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 26.
Ready.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling, and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. Here's 3rd and a few inches.
Come on, set.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a 1st down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
Ready.
Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love, eluding the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Counter play with Jacobs. And he's got it to about the 40.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
14 yards, good for a Packer 1st down. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Ready.
To throw now, here's Love. Flush to his right. And the ball comes out. Love lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the 1st down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The clock running here, under a minute to go now in the first quarter of a 3-0 game. Here's Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Options galore here, 2nd and a few inches.
Yeah, here we go.
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. A running play. It's Dowdle. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37. On the run, it's Dowdle. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
A loss of 2 brings up 3rd down and 6.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Here we go.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw out wide is incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But that's always a risk on those longer kicks. You have to drive it low to get it there. That opened the door for a better chance for the defense to get a hand on it, and that's just what we saw there.
And even if the odds increase a little bit because it's a longer field goal attempt, it's still difficult to get hands on the football and create a block. Big-time excitement for that unit, getting through and knocking that one away.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Eric Kendricks in on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
2nd down, Jacobs once more. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. All that blown up by DeMarvion Overshown. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They'll send the tight end in motion. Well, the pressure gets to Love, and he'll go down. Osa Odigizua with the effort there to earn the sack. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. On 4th down, the Packers called on Daniel Wheeling to punt. Cavante Turpin deep for the Cowboys. That's taken on the 25. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Last time, they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously, the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. From the 35, here's 2nd and 3. Prescott off play action. He'll buy some time right. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Packers pick it up. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Ready, ready. Hunt, hunt.
They'll run right here with Jacobs. And able to get this to the 31.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Here we go.
Love. He'll complete this one to Watson. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
Let's go. Ready.
Throwing. Love. That's to the sideline and pulled in. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. To pass, here's Jordan Love. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, gotta give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. A drive that time of 6 plays. And that drive all capped off with a Romeo Doubs touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Yeah!
To throw is Prescott. Steps away to his left. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. Now Prescott. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. this 2nd and 4.
Yeah! Here we play.
Here's Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Prescott now. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now Prescott. That is caught by Lamb. And he is out of bounds. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play, with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Dancing to his left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 15-yard line. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. And his kick is right there. It's good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field. So let's see what this is about.
Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The Packer offense ready to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Tackle made by Eric Kendricks. 2nd and 7.
Let's go now.
Play fake. Here's Love. That's complete. He finds Jaden Reed. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a 1st down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Ready?
Jacobs going to try the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They need 2. Here's third down. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the first down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much. So the completion good for just 3, and it's second down. I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch. And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch.
Here we go, set. Cut, cut.
Here's Love. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go to the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
A third quarter now, and a 1-point game as they line up 2nd and 10. Here's a give up the middle. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Prescott going right back to Ferguson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. 2nd and 11. Prescott to throw it. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, here we go.
Throwing. Prescott. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6.
That's another Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
No receivers open downfield, so instead of forcing the ball to the sideline, he's going to throw this one down to Fort Worth. He'd rather have the incompletion than the turnover.
He's got his target. That's complete. And the Cowboys are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's another Cowboys first down.
Dowdle looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. They'll try to run this one in, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Tackled by Quay Walker. A loss of 2 on the play. It's third
So they'll get a little
down
extra
and goal.
time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense has held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Prescott. Being chased out, and he is going to go down. Back at the 11-yard line. Lucas Van Ness picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And his kick here is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier, and this time there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
Breaks through the contact. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. Takes it to about the 37.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's a 2nd down and 7 from the 37.
Here we go.
Love now. And this one nearly intercepted. Boy, that would have been a great time for their first pick. But instead, it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
Love looking to throw it. That's taken in by Watson. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
They go with Jacobs. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
So did you suspect the same thing that I did, that they were lining up just to draw them off sides here?
100%.
Well, how about that? They were going for it the entire time. Never a question in his mind about going ahead and getting it, despite where they were on the field.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard it in my voice when they snapped the ball. I was like, oh, I almost wasn't ready to call the play. I just kept waiting for the timeout offensively. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Love. Able to find his man, Kraft. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
Right there, he rose to the occasion late in a close game.
It's something he thought about, dreamed about, and worked on throughout his career. Because in these types of situations, he wasn't going to allow extra coverage to keep him from getting the football.
A 3-yard loss. Fourth down now.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about his desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
They'll roll him out right. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
I don't know about you, but can you just almost feel the relief that's gone through this stadium? He picked up that first down. Without it, this game is over.
And when he took off, it was almost like, oh, no, this might be it, but found a way to pick up the first.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
Check pitch. Smith rest. Down.
They will run the draw with Jacobs. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on 4th down. Love.
Flushed out right. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Eluding the pressure right.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a non-stop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2.
Here we go.
Back to the running game with Jacobs. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Here it is. 4th and inches.
Let's go.
They'll try and run for him. And this will depend on the mark. I'm not sure he pushed the line forward. And indeed, he did not. They stop him. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. So the magic runs out, so to speak. They were 3 for 3 on 4th down conversions, now 3 for 4.
So the defense finally gets to exhale.
Yeah.
Because they were wondering, 3 for 3 getting converted on 4th down. That percentage is way high. They hadn't stopped them at all. Finally, they get a stop. They can get to the sidelines now and rest a little bit.
We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him. And that's the type of run that you'll live with. In this game, he's had a good number of carries. He's just been unable to really break off anything substantial.
Well, that second half, Charles, a little bit different from the first. Not only did we have the lead change after intermission, but they were able to pitch the shutout in the second half and get an impressive victory.
And what's the old expression? That's not quite how I saw it playing out in my head. You know they didn't expect this at all. As you mentioned, went into the half with the lead. Losing the game is one thing. Getting shut out in the second half, that's a surprise.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.